The story of Narcissus, but it was a girl with an iPhone. If you scrolled through her feed, you'd see a girl laughing on a perfect beach, holding a yoga pose on a mountaintop, and clinking champagne glasses with friends who were all just as flawless as she was. It was a life set to a cheerful, trending pop song. But when the music stopped and the phone went dark, there was another girl. This one was alone in a messy bedroom, curled up under the cold blue light of her screen. The only sound was the soft flick of her thumb, scrolling, endlessly scrolling. Her name was Caitlin, but her 1.7 million followers knew her as Cat's Reverie, a living, breathing aesthetic. She didn't so much live her life as she curated it. Breakfast wasn't a meal until it was a perfectly framed photo. A walk in the park was a waste if it didn't become a reel set to some wistful, popular song. Her reflection wasn't in a pool of water, but in the glowing screen she held in her hand. And that screen loved her back. Every post, every story brought a flood of validation. Hearts bloomed under her pictures. Comments poured in. Perfect. Life goals. How are you even real? Each notification was a tiny hit of dopamine, a little whisper telling her she was seen, admired, and adored. This digital version of her wasn't just a performance anymore. It was starting to feel more real than the girl who actually fell asleep with mascara smudges on her pillow. She was building herself, one filtered post at a time, creating the idealized person she so desperately wanted to be. The Narcissus of myth was captivated by a single reflection. Cat had millions, all just a tap away. In the real world, there was Dave. A friend from college, a genuine voice that Caitlin was starting to tune out. Dave would call and it would go straight to voicemail because Cat was busy replying to comments from strangers. He'd send texts, "Hey, wanna grab coffee like old times?" But they'd get lost in a sea of brand deals and fan DMs. One night, Dan posted an old, unfiltered photo of them from years ago. They were laughing so hard their eyes were crinkled and beautifully imperfect. He tagged Caitlin and wrote, "Miss this, miss you." Caitlin saw it, and for a second, something real almost broke through. But the photo was off-brand. The lighting was terrible. She didn't reply. Instead, she posted a new, heavily edited selfie with the caption, "Lost in thought." It got 80,000 likes in an hour. Dave's voice got quieter after that, just like the nymph in the myth who faded away until she could only repeat the words of others. Soon, Dan's only interactions with Caitlin were just liking her posts. Her own voice was silenced, only able to reflect a tiny piece of the massive image Cat was projecting. Cat's world had shrunk to the four corners of her phone. She was sacrificing her family, her health, and all the quiet, unglamorous parts of her life to maintain her digital shrine. An obsession like that always demands more. The algorithm needs to be fed, and an audience's love can be fickle. Chasing that next viral moment, Caitlin's content got more and more extreme. She staged a vulnerable post about a struggle she completely made up, complete with crocodile tears and a perfectly art-directed sad selfie. It was her most successful post ever. Millions of views, a tidal wave of support. She felt nothing but the cold, empty satisfaction of cracking the code. Then, just as fast as she built it, her reflection shattered. Someone, a former friend, exposed the lie. Receipts were posted, private messages were leaked. The adoration she'd lived on turned into a tsunami of hate with terrifying speed. The comments that built her up now tore her down. Fake, pathetic, fraud. In a panic, she tried to delete everything, to get control of the story, but it was too late. Within hours, her account was suspended. She frantically tried to log back in, but all she got was a sterile white screen. Error. Profile not found. Caitlin just stared at her phone. The screen was black now, a dark mirror, and for the first time in years, she really saw her own reflection. Not the curated, perfect image of Cat's Reverie, but a pale, terrified girl with hollow eyes and tear-stained cheeks. A stranger, Without the followers, without the likes, without the constant validation. Who was she? The silence in her room wasn't just quiet anymore. It was an abyss. Caitlin, the girl, was gone, but her image lived on. Her last perfect selfie, the one from right before the fall, became a meme. It was a disembodied ghost in the digital machine, the modern version of the Narcissus flower that blooms where the boy once died. It's a beautiful, empty thing, immortalized and completely disconnected from the real girl who was destroyed by her own reflection. If you enjoy this classical retelling of antiquity, subscribe and get ready for the next adventure.